So first things first, let's go Zombify, good old Sin. Get a Atraxa. That will get us some more cards. Because you know, why not?
What's going on YouTube, Achilles here, and today I put together a Sultai Reanimator deck. For this one I focus on Sin Spira's Punishment. This card's really crazy because whenever Sin enters or attacks, you exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random. Then create a tap token that's a copy of that card. If the exiled card is a land card, repeat this process. So the whole idea is we could reanimate Sin with Zombify or Valgavoth's Faithful, and we will hopefully have a bunch of other cards milled in there, and when Sin enters, we could exile one of our permanents at random, and we will have a token of a really powerful permanent card. And we have a lot of them too. So we also don't need to have Sin to have success with this deck, because all the permanents in here, if we get them in the graveyard, are really great targets for Zombify as well as Valgavoth's Faithful. And we can mill a lot of cards with this deck because we got Resentful Revelation, we could discard with Bitter Triumph, we got Awaken the Unsundered Dead, we got Emet-Selch, Kiora, Overlord of the Balemurk, Summon Titan, and we could even discard with Marang Regent. So we try to get a really powerful creature out on an early turn and win that way. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Cutdown, 3 Valgavoth's Faithful, 4 Bitter Triumph, 2 Resentful Revelation, 1 Kiora the Rising Tide, 1 Emet-Selch Unsundered, 3 Awaken the Unsundered Dead, 4 Zombify, 4 Overlord of the Balemurk, 1 Summon Titan, 1 Marang Regent, 1 Etali Primal Conqueror, 2 Sin Spira's Punishment, 1 Atraxa Grand Unifier, 1 Summon Knights of Round, 1 Valgavoth Terror Eater, 1 Diamond Weapon, 1 Summon Bahamut. For the lands we got 3 Islands, 6 Swamps, 3 Forests, 4 Gloomlake Verge, 4 Wastewood Verge, and 4 Fabled Passage. If you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos as well as member shoutouts. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get right into these games.
Opponent goes first. We don't have a forest, but we're good. Resentful Revelation will help fix that. Hopefully, of course. I'm going to keep Valgavoth's Faithful in our hand. We don't have to play it just because it's turn 1. I think this is a better turn 2 play for us because we find a land with it, which will end up going into Zombify, so next turn we could go, it's crazy, so we could technically just go Overlord and Valgavoth's Faithful next turn, so we could not only use Valgavoth's Faithful for the following turn as a reanimated card and save Zombify, but we could, that's pretty much how we could do it, so we have multiple ways to reanimate. So first things first, take Marang back to our hand. That could be useful at some point. And now we threaten them with the Valgavoth's Faithful. They know we could just do that the following turn. Interesting. Alright. So now I think we just use the Valgavoth's Faithful, get Atraxa, get a ton of value this way. Get these cards to our hand. Now we have to discard 3 cards, so Summon Knights of Round, Sin, and we'll get rid of this island. Yeah, I mean, I knew that was coming. But the whole idea is now, if we can play the Sin, we could get so much value. And if it hits a land, we just get the land and it repeats the process. Which is just insane, if you ask me. So, first things first. Let's go Zombify. Good old Sin. Get Atraxa. That will get us some more cards. Because, you know, why not? I don't think we need another one of those. Well, we have to discard cards too, so we gotta be careful. I'm also gonna use the cut down on this. Now we'll discard Etali. And you know what? I might as well just discard a land. Should have just kept it in there. There it is. I knew they were playing this. Interesting. Lifelink, trample, ward 2 times 2. But they chose the wrong thing because Sin is obviously the bigger threat. That's fine. Put it back in the graveyard for me. I want to get rid of that Una. That card is a big threat. And we just have enough mana to, well, we have one extra, but I think this is the move. Trying to think. Yeah, you know what? Might as well. I'll get rid of a beanstalk. Just thinking if it was worth it or not, but I think it is. Then we could get rid of the next one next turn if we really want to. Just stops their momentum as a whole. Although they will get a draw right now for that one. But you know what? I could just... Okay. There's a lot of different ways we could go about this. I think it's all going to depend what I get with the Sin. It's a little risky doing it like this, but this card is so... Oh my god, I got Valgavoth's Faithful. But I could get rid of the Valgavoth's Faithful now to keep digging for cards. I think this would be a good play for us right now. Make our own army. Surely they could board wipe if they have Sunfall, but then they lose their own board. And if they're playing Day of Judgment, the Summon Knights around will stick around. Get it? Stick around. But they go for Summon Titan instead. Interesting. But this card could set up for some big plays, so you have to be careful. And the Ley Line Binding. That will take care of Summon Knights around if they choose to. Get rid of Sin. What a play. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's discard this. Oh, I thought I had a Valgavoth's Faithful in here. But what does it make sense to get right now? Oh, there it is. I knew I had one. So, oh, I know what we could do, guys. Check this out. So we're going to use this. We're going to get rid of the ley line. Get back Sin. Get Marang. What are we going to bounce? That's a great question. How about we get rid of both of their flyers? Yeah, that sounds good. Next turn they get to return lands. I don't think we care about that. So is there anything worth reanimating? I think we have enough on board right now. Just gonna swing with all these guys. I might actually keep that on top. That seems pretty good. I'm gonna end it like this. We have 2 Bitter Triumphs up. Okay, so technically this hand is okay, but the problem is we need to generate some form of self-mill in order to take advantage of Sin, Spira's punishment's effect. Or else we're just going to get a bunch of lands from our graveyard back, but even that requires milling, which we don't even have, so... but the one good thing right now is that we could cut down the Llanowar Elves, which they're definitely not happy about, I'll tell you that much, because everyone loves a turn 1 Llanowar Elves, but not when it gets cut down, of course. Can you guess what I'm going to do this turn? You guessed it. We are getting rid of their turn 2 Llanowar Elves. At the end of the day, I could zombify this 7/7 flying Leviathan avatar guy, but I don't know if that makes sense. If I don't have another creature in here, that's not worth it. I'm going to get the full value with it. But I will say this, I could technically reanimate it multiple times, and if they just don't get rid of this Valgavoth's Faithful, I could just use the whole turn next turn to bring out a 7/7 body, and that's good enough. Unless they exile it, then I could just reuse it again with our many cards in our hand. Well, not many, but we have Zombify and another Faithful, so that's just more reanimations. This card helps us mill, though. So we run into the question, do we do it now, or use the Honored Dead? And I'll tell you what I think. I think it's more important to do this, because the mill we get from this will make the reanimation even better. I'm not even going to attack. They could flash something in. I am just not taking the chance. I'm not greedy for that 1 damage. Okay, that's a good card. What do we mill? This is very important. That's really good. Could just get the Valgavoth instead, though. I think we just get Valgavoth. I think that's just the better play. As much as I want to see Sin go into Valgavoth, it just doesn't seem right. Because I could technically... Sin could hit the Valgavoth's Faithful instead, so... We don't want to take chances. But now... Can I do what I think I'm going to do? I don't know if this makes sense. So I'm going to get Sin. There's a chance I could get Awakened with it. Oh, I went for Valgavoth. So there was it was kind of like a 50-50 shot with getting a permanent, and it would have been this or that. So I took the chance, but what this does is... just push for game next turn because I have a 9/9 and a 7/7, both with flying. And Valgavoth's Faithful is just insurance if one of them dies. So honestly, I'm not really worried, but the whole idea is I could have got a free Awaken the Honored Dead token to get rid of Glissa. But I think they're just so far behind at this point that they can't deal with this. Yeah, if that's all you're doing, then that's it. We got it. Okay. We have all the lands we need for Awaken the Honored Dead on curve. Plus, we could use Resentful Revelation on turn 2. All we're missing is Zombify or Valgavoth's Faithful to really get this momentum going for us. That's how we really... Oh wait, they have Leyline of the Void, guys. That's horrible. But since we're playing Awaken the Honored Dead, we don't have to really think that much about it. Thankfully, of course. Although I will say this Resentful Revelation is not going to be that good. Yeah, because we're gonna... Let's see. We're gonna lose Marang. Yeah, it's fine. We get our 4th land that we need regardless. That Leyline of the Void artwork is insane. I gotta see if I have that one. Alright, so we use this. We're gonna get rid of that Leyline. So we could actually be a good Reanimator deck. But now we just need to find one of our Reanimator spells. They're playing... Oh, they're probably doing the Golgari self-mill. They just don't have any force. If I had to guess, though, of course. This is probably in that deck as well. Those are good cards. But we need something else. That's all we could do right now, honestly. So, next turn, we could discard a card, get back Overlord of the Balemurk, and then Overlord of the Balemurk could mill a Valgavoth's Faithful, adding it back to our hand, and then we do our thing from there. So, let's see. Let's get rid of Atraxa. We get a land too, that's a really interesting thing too. If we needed to use that as an alternative thing. But... let's get a mill. Okay. Summon Titan is a step in the right direction, though, for us. It's funny, because in the worst case scenario, you could just use this card to get a bunch of lands that were already milled, and then you could just cast all the powerful cards for how much they actually cost, because this card technically just makes you become a ramp deck for a turn. If that makes any sense. But it has to, of course, stick on the board for it to get to that ability resolved. So yeah, I think that's just the play for me right now. We just play it. I mean, they could easily remove it. Yep, I sure do. There's the Valgavoth's Faithful in the graveyard, though. And I could cast this now for 2, which might be useful. I mean, it's like the only thing I could really do, so here we go. Time and weapon. Although, you know what? I am not letting them get an extra mana with Moltender. I think we could let them keep their 3 mana
They didn't like that, so they remove our own creature. It's fair. Another Mold Tender. Little do they know. Guess I'm really relying on these two cards right now at this point in the game. Just filling up my graveyard for once I get to Sin, Spira's Punishment, then we'll have so many targets, because it looks like we're going to have 7 mana sooner than we think, so. And Overlord of the Balemurk will get Valgavoth's Faithful, if it doesn't get removed, of course. There's another Overlord, and we will just go from there. Seventh land. Oh my goodness. But you know what? This is what we're doing. I don't have words for any of that. But we gotta cut down, guys. Only took 7 mana. So what I'm really hoping is that they don't remove that and they get rid of it immediately. Okay. It's war now. Yeah, it definitely is when they bring out that 6/6. And one of these guys. Yeah, it's not looking good. So I hope I find something right now. Ah. Okay. Very cool. Also gonna do this. So now, if they don't remove Emet-Selch, then it'll flip over, and then we can play cards from our graveyard, which is insane. Let's look at the artwork on this card. Pretty crazy. Alright, so now Emet-Selch will transform. Yeah, that's literally crazy. I could use anything I want now. So at instant speed, I could still cast things. Discard the one I already have in my hand. Okay, so they get rid of it. Oh, I shouldn't have kept this in my hand. I was trying to keep it in my hand for this, but it's okay. But now we discard this, and we are going to add. Fortunately, we can't. There's no sin in here, but you have 7 mana. We'll get this, which we'll play. Now, I actually think the Valgavoth is the better play right now. Is if they want to target it, they have to get rid of like almost their whole board. Plus, if they mill anything, it's going to be ours. So I think this is just a crazy win condition for us in this matchup. And even if I had the Sin in there, the Valgavoth would have been the better choice, because with Sin it's randomized what I'm gonna get. So this just works out. Thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Hope everyone has a great day. Take care.